Hello and welcome back. Happy Monday, Happy New Year. You know the drill. This is the January 28th edition of Huskies Weekend Recap. I'm your host, Alexis Pearson. It was a busy weekend for Husky sports. Let's kick it off with the men's basketball team, who was hoping to get the good times rolling after their win against Minnesota State Mankato last weekend. Friday, they welcomed Northern State University to town. The Huskies would end the night on the losing end of a 4-point differential by a final score of 77-73, taking their 6th loss of the season. On Saturday, they would look for better results and get it. Minnesota State University Moorhead would fall victim to the powerful offense of St. Cloud State as the Huskies took down the Dragons 99-84. Gage Davis and Sean Smith would each tally 30 points on the night. Sean Smith would also team up with Diamond Onwuka and Adam Heed Anderson to go a perfect 6 for 6 on 3-pointers for the night. They extend their record to 14-6 overall on the season. The women's basketball team was also in action this weekend, hosting Northern State University on Friday and winning by 12 points for a final score of 76-64. Tori Warth had a dominant performance with the team leading 25 points by the end of the night. Brenna Evans and Mackenzie Uter played well defensively, each tallying 3 steals on the night. This is their 10th game of the season in which they've won by 10 or more points. Saturday, they would look for their 12th win of the season. The results, however, weren't in their favor, losing by a final score of 82-75 at the hands of Minnesota State University Moorhead. They finished the weekend with a record of 11-7. Men's hockey was also in action this weekend, taking on the University of North Dakota in Grand Forks, looking for their 5th straight win on the season. The Fighting Hawks struck first, however, halfway through the first, but with only 14 seconds left in the second frame, Micah Miller of the Huskies would tie the game at 1. Patrick Newell and Blake Lazat would each tack on a goal of their own to finish off the Fighting Hawks by a final score of 3-1. Nolan Walker had a strong performance with his 2-point game, tallying assists on each of the first 2 goals for the Huskies. Saturday night, the Huskies would look for the sweep, but Saturday was not as kind to the Huskies as the Fighting Hawks would jump to a 3-0 lead on the night before the Huskies would find the back of the net themselves. Captain Jimmy Schultz tallied a shorthanded goal at the end of the second period to cut the Hawks' lead to 2, but the Hawks would bury 2 third-period goals, handing the Huskies only their 4th loss of the season. The women's hockey team was also busy this weekend with a quick trip to visit our neighbors to the east for a weekend matchup against the University of Wisconsin-Madison. With only 1 win in their last 3 games, the Huskies were looking for their 9th win of the season. Emma Paluzny would get the start between the pipes, but she would give up 5 goals on 39 shots as her teammates were not able to find the back of the net as the Huskies would go on to lose 5-0. Saturday, the Huskies would finally break through Badger goaltender Kristen Campbell as Hannah Patricus would find the back of the net just under 5 minutes in the first. But 3 unanswered goals by the Badgers would result in the Huskies falling to 18-2 overall on the season. Now let's move on to a team who just doesn't know how to lose. If you were taking a look at the results of the Huskies wrestling team, you would see a whole lot of W's. Last Thursday was no exception as they hosted Northern State University at Hallenbeck Hall. The Huskies rolled all the way to a 42-7 victory. Now, okay, try to keep up with me here. I'm going to throw some impressive numbers your way. This win was their 44th straight dual match win and 57th straight NSIC dual match victory. I know, wow, right? Devin Fitzpatrick, Colton Ishams, and Vince Dietz all pinned their opponents, while Garrett Aldrich would win by tech fall in the 141-pound weight class. The Huskies' only loss of the night would be dished out to Brandon Briggs in the 133-pound weight class. The track and field team was in action in Mankato this weekend, competing in the Mark Shuck Open. The Huskies would finish in 5th place with a strong performance right off the bat from Leighton Fisher, with a 3rd place finish in the indoor pentathlon. Chrissy Lofgren continues to impress with a 1st place finish in the 1,000-meter run, a finish that was a whole minute faster than the runner who came in 2nd. This was the Huskies' first meet of the indoor season. Now let's take a look at the upcoming weekend for the Huskies. The Huskies will have a busy weekend at home with 12 events in only 3 days. Husky softball will start the weekend at home as they host their annual Kelly Last Memorial Tournament Friday through Sunday in the Husky Dome, while men's and women's basketball will host Upper Iowa University on Friday and Winona State University on Saturday. The men's and women's hockey teams will also be at home Friday and Saturday, with the men hosting Miami University and the women playing host to Ohio State University. To purchase tickets to any of the Huskies athletic events this weekend, go to scsutickets.com or call 1-877-SCSU-TICKS. And for all the latest information and for game times, go to scsuhuskies.com.